tarot is the language of symbols, an ancient mirror that reflects the unseen threads of our lives. Each card holds a tapestry of meaning, woven not just with imagery, but with archetypes, colours, and shapes that speak directly to the soul. Symbols are the silent storytellers. They cross time and culture, whispering truths that words often fail to capture. In tarot, a rose is never just a flower, nor a sword merely a weapon. They are thoughts, emotions, transformation, and power. And when we disassemble these symbols, we don't lose the message, we uncover it. Today, we step into a new way of seeing, where each piece tells part of the whole, and meaning rises from the spaces in between. Hey up me ducks, welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Hope everybody's doing okay. So in today's video, as you probably guessed from the intro, I'm going to be exploring a truly unique deck. The deck that we're talking about is Tarot Disassembled by Jennifer Cooper Steidley. I think I'm pronouncing her name Steidley, yeah. And you will have seen on Saturday, if you was in the live, the spotlight I did with Cheryl, that this has been sent for the purpose of a review by Cheryl at Oneness Emporium. More information in the description, and I'll also tell you more about that at the end. But Tarot Disassembled, this looks really interesting. I did see it when it was independently produced. I did look at actually purchasing it, but the postage and customs and everything else, it just didn't happen. So I am thrilled that it's been picked up by Wiser Books, and it's more accessible now that it's a mass market release. What I'm really looking forward to seeing here with the deck is this fresh and abstract approach to tarot by breaking down the traditional symbols, particularly of the RWS, and presenting them in this deconstructed standalone format. Yeah, and rather, I am going to do a comparison with an RWS deck, but rather than having fully illustrated scenes, Tarot Disassembled uses very cleverly colour, geometry, iconography to pull apart components of each card, and really lets us engage with the underlying symbolism in a whole new way. And that is something that I'm really excited about. So as I said, I will be doing a side-by-side comparison with an RWS deck. I have chose Retina rather than a Roses and Lilies or Pame or something like that, just because for this, the Retina is very sharp, very crisp. It's an exact replica of the RWS, but I think we will see the symbols better. And this uses beautiful colour anyway, so I think the two together will be really, really nice to do that comparison with. But the idea of doing the side-by-side with an RWS is so I can show where the symbolic elements originate and how they've been reimagined in this deck. And I just think it's a great way for us to deepen our understanding of the tarot language and train our eye to recognise the core motifs, if you like, that very often go unnoticed in more pictorial decks. Anyway, let's dive in. So let's just take this one. I put it back in order this morning, took it out of its pouch. So this is ready to go. I've made sure all the suits line up as well. So yeah, we will have a look at that. This deck is really nicely produced. Now, I think Cheryl said there is a separate book, because there's no book with this. And obviously, if you are picking this up, then, I mean, like I said, it's a great way to learn about tarot by focusing purely on the symbols. But I'd imagine if you don't know anything about tarot, the book would be quite vital. So I don't have the book, but what I do have on my bookshelf is the ultimate guide to the Rider Waite Tarot. And what this does is it looks at the symbols within each of the cards and tells you a little bit about it. So I'll be perhaps referencing this as we go through and looking at some of the symbols. In terms of quality of production, really nice 2-part sturdy box. It's got this spot gloss on the front for the symbols, which make them really stand out. On the back, the font is a little bit hard to read, but I'll give it a go. It says, with a bright colour palette and bold graphics, this unique deck deconstructs and re-examines the traditional symbol found in the Rider Waite Smith Tarot, opening the door for fresh insight into a classic. Tarot Disassembled allows the user to connect with the tarot in a completely intuitive way, free from any pictorial narrative around gender, skin colour, age, size, ability, and any other human constructs. The simplicity of the symbols make it a great first deck for beginners, and pros will enjoy unpeeling the traditional tarot like an onion, discovering layer upon layer of meaning in the richness of simple imagery. This is the inside of the lid, and we have a quote from A.E. Waite, the author of the Rider Waite Smith deck. Pixie, obviously, Pamela Coleman Smith being the artist. It says, the true tarot is symbolism. It speaks no other language and offers no other signs. And that's absolutely spot on. The symbolism within tarot is, just look as well. Look at these edges. You know, we should have more decks with yellow edges because I love them. I've got 2 or 3 now. One being Shadowland Tarot, but yeah, really like them. Card size is a standard tarot size, so that's great. I'm going to bring the camera down just so we can have a closer look as well, and so I can have a sup of my tea. Okay, so you see we get the title card, Tarot Disassembled. It tells you the artist and also the publisher's wiser. And again, a little bit more information on the back. I don't know if it's anything else really too different from what's on the back of the book. I will say this font is very hard to read. But all right, so let's take a look. So I think it's great that the background colour is yellow in this, which is the predominant colour of the full card. And colour language in tarot is really key. This deck uses bold colours throughout as background colours, as you'll see as we go through. And that's to evoke the energy or theme of the card. For example, you know, we know that red is action, yellow for clarity, blue for emotion, etc. And so I think it'll be interesting to compare the colour choices as we go through the symbols as well. So there's everything you need here. We have the feather, the red feather, which is in the fool's hat. We've got the mountain range in the background. We've even got his boot that he's wearing. The white dog is there. We have things like the white rose, which he has in his hands, his pole, staff, the bag. We've got the sun in the sky. They've even added a bird in this one, which doesn't appear in the original, but again, it gives you that sense of the sky and the yellow background. So yeah, everything that we need here. I'm just wondering why there's like a wheel symbol here. Again, this is where, you know, having the book, I suppose, would be quite useful. I mean, for me, I would interpret that as, you know, the Fool is going on a journey and can be anywhere in the deck because it's cyclical. It goes around. Even when he gets to the end, we begin again, don't we, on a journey. These are the backs, by the way, which I think are really nice, and you can see that they are reversible. It's a lovely matte cardstock as well. Cardstock is really, really good. Here's our magician. We've got the table. Each of the, I mean, the key symbols on the in the magician card, really, for me, is what's on the table. You know, the tools that he's using. We've got these here. We've got the sword, the pentacle, the cup, the wand. We've also got the table. We've got foliage depicted here. We've got the lemniscate, which is above his head, which is the symbol for infinity. We also have the Ouroboros, which is around his waist. So it's all there, and I like the use of green as well, the colour green matching the foliage around him. Our High Priestess. Now, you might think, well, why is the Kabbalah Tree of Life there? And what people don't often realise, because the High Priestess is covering it, is that the pomegranates in the background is believed to represent the Tree of Life. And we can see the top three certainly, and then the two here and the two at the bottom. So yeah, we've got the black and white pillars. We have, again, there's a palm tree here, but whether these are meant to represent palms, I'm not sure. But we've got the scroll, the Torah, the crescent moon, the triple moon, which is the headwear here. So the cross, the pomegranate, it's all there. It's really well done. Nothing has been left out. Here's our High Priestess. Again, beautiful crown of stars. We also have the water symbol, the laurel, the trees for nature. Again, we have the pomegranate, which appears on the dress. We also have the staff that she's holding, the pearl necklace, corn, all there. Again, green, very nature-based. Red for authority as we go to authority in action, really, isn't it? As we go to the emperor. And here we have more sort of as against the nature and the kind of the wisdom and softness of the empress. We've got this red. We've got the structure and stability of a a four-legged throne, the armor, the ram skull. Yeah, brilliant. We're also sticking with red for the Hierophant. We've got the two pillars here, the as above finger gesture. Interesting that there's a nail. Not quite sure why there's a nail, but anyway, his crown, the iconic Hierophant staff. Look how it's picked up the checkers here at the bottom. I'm surprised this card doesn't have a cross, but our Lovers is beautiful. We have the Sun. Interesting, we've got one of the elemental symbols here for fire, the passion. The snake, the serpent, wrapped around the tree here. We have the two trees, the flaming tree, the tree of truth and knowledge, the wings. And again, I mean, in that one we have blue, which is emotion. Here we have our Chariot. I'm not going to point out all symbols, you can see a lot of them, but the main ones are there, with the Sphinx, the armour, the wheel of the chariot, the curtains. Interesting, we've got like the comedy and tragedy mask that you often see at theatre. I mean, obviously that's representing the faces here, because the faces are missing, but yeah, and not a huge amount of symbols in every card, but that's fine. We've got the roses, we've got the laurel wreath that she wears, the lemniscate, we've got the lion, the dress, the white dress. Love the hermit. I love the grey snowy scene. Colour is so important, isn't it? I really think this is really clever, particularly how these cards just isolate key symbols, and then we see how they appear. I'm really glad I did the side by side to see how they appear in context in the RWS. I'm loving how the deck uses shapes as well, really, really nicely. Our Wheel of Fortune. Everything we need there. Look at this. Anubis. Justice. I think as well the abstract design of the card, whilst we've got the symbols, the abstract design leaves room for intuitive interpretation. It really invites you as the reader to explore the essence of the card without relying on a scenic image or without the figures. And I think it's great. Why am I taking those two together there? I think it's great for developing symbolic literacy. I'm thinking more creatively in readings as well. And it said on the back of the box that this was I've still not got it right, have I? What? I've been taking that one away. It said on the box as well that it was great for beginners who want to focus on symbols. I think I should add to that. Great for beginners who want to focus on symbols. And as well as, you know, what does the marketing always say? More seasoned readers who want to deepen their interpretive skills. Certainly developing interpretive skills here with this deck. So we've got a black background here for death, which is very, very fitting. We've got the skull representing death. We've got the white rose. We've got a crown that's pointing downward, which really represents that sort of the fall of that person in authority, because what the death card represents here is, you know, it's inescapable no matter who you are, whether you are an emperor or a king or you're a pauper. It's, or even you can see a small child, death, you know, it's, you can't escape it. It doesn't matter how much wealth you have. We've even got the little ship, which is great. We have the two towers. We have the setting sun. It's brilliant. Here's our temperance. Everything we need there. The two cups with the water between. Again, a setting sun behind the wings, red wings. 1 foot in water, 1 foot on land. Devil, perfect. The chains, the bondage, the devil himself, lots of fire, the grapes. Perfect. We've got the hand symbol. I can't do it. Oh, I can. I never used to be able to do it. Here's our tower, perfect tower card. Everything you need there. Star. A little bird, look, is represented here. It's fun finding it, because as I said at the beginning, very often, particularly when you're learning the tarot, you're trying to, you'll see the star card and you think, right, what does the star card mean? Star card means this. And over time, you start to notice the more or less obvious symbols within the card. This really gets you to focus on it. Got green for a lot of the land here. And then we go more blue for the moon. With the wolf, the hound, the crustacean, the two towers, the moon itself, the rays from the moon. A nice bright yellow sun card. Judgment. I love if they do kind of depict human form, they use like an artist's dummy or an artist doll. I can't remember the right term, but and then we have the world. Brilliant. Love it. We've got the additional symbol here, yin and yang, which is interesting. Yin and yang is, you know, everything in life. Here is the good. Within the good there is bad. Here is the bad. Within the bad there is good. Our cups, we have the symbol, even the, you know, every symbol is here. The hand, the water, the cup, the lotus, the dove. We get hearts to represent emotion. The 2. Not quite sure why we've got curtains there. Like it's from the Chariot or something. Again, don't have the book. There won't be any point looking in the ultimate guide because it doesn't appear. But we've got the 2 cups, we've got the house, more kind of emphasized. What they're wearing. I love how they've done this actually, between what she's wearing, what he's wearing. Water, more emotions. Fire, more action. The lion. Again, yin and yang appears there too. But it's those opposites coming together, isn't it? The 3 of Cups. It's brilliant. Love it. Lots of fruit and veg. The 4. We've got the tree. The cloud with a cup. I wonder what that was at first, but it's the folded arms. That's really clever. This is such a clever deck. Again, this symbol is appearing. I really want the book now. I'm gonna have to get it. We've got the 3 overturned cups, 2 upright cups. We've got his gown or his cape or shawl. We've got the castle in the background. We've got the bridge, the tree, and then we've got this symbol again. Interesting, the bridge, of course. Black background representing the night sky here. One of my favourite cards. I love the 6 of Cups. Beautiful. Look at her glove. Obviously been doing gardening, pruning. Little shoes. This is a great one. There's not a lot you can do with that. I mean, it's basically a card of symbols here if you took away the shadowy figure. 8. The red cape. The eclipsed sun. I love how they've got the rocks in the water. Hour 9. Is beautiful. We've got the rainbows, we've got the homestead, we've got a ring, like an engagement ring. Again, we've got these curtains. I wonder if this is representing like whenever there's you've got your house. If anybody has got the book, because I think even with the indie version you could get a separate book, let me know what it says about these curtains. Here's my card, the Significator card. Page of Cups. Love it. They're there again. I think this is the symbol that's appearing the most. I mean, it's the stars through the window, so it's almost like you're peering through into the universe, into the infinity, from your present worldly state. But that it appears quite a lot. So here's our knight, queen, and our king. I'm loving how the colours match across. Really, colour language is really important, and it's been done so well in this deck. And you know, it's there to evoke energy or the theme of the card. Evoke the energy or the theme of the card, I should say. Again, we've got a hand represented, we've got the castle, we've got clouds, trees. Because it's the one suit, we've got fire. Now I thought this symbol might appear. I mean, it is kind of broken down, to be fair. You've got your roses and lilies separate, yeah, because I often wondered about this symbol, the fact that it's in a cross. I can't remember what this book said about it actually. We'll have a quick look. Does it mention it? Yes, it does. The cross, lily and rose show the three classical colours of alchemy, from coarse material black via purification, liquefaction white, and ethereal higher energetic material red. Transformation of energy, the skillful mastery of tasks. This is such a good book. We have the world that is holding in his hands. The wall, even the wall, look. The Three of Wands. Notice we are getting 3 wands as well. So they're not just putting a symbol of a wand in there. We've got the boats, all 3, that are on the water. We've got rocks. A checkered sash. The 4 of Wands. Love that we've captured the bridge. Very often overlooked. How many times, particularly, I mean, this deck, I chose it for its clarity, but particularly in the RWS, how often do we see that there's a bridge there? 5, brilliant. The red and green boots. 6. Seven. This is another symbol that appears a lot. I saw it, you know, it appears quite a few times. It reminds me of the Fool's Journey. You've got green on the top, it's a rock. There's falling stones. I think it's to represent that ongoing journey through the deck. But I could be wrong. But again, this deck lends itself to intuition, so I love the direction here of the arrows. I do remember a discourse once about, are the arrows coming down or are they going up? This kind of indicates the direction that they're going in quite clearly. Again, we've got the symbol here of the window with the drapes and the stars behind. We've got the boots that he's wearing. I love that we've got a band-aid to represent the bandage. 10 of Wands. A page. The salamanders off his tunic. His hat, the pyramids are there. Again, represented here. We have the black cat. Look how the black cat really stands out against that red background. The sunflower, the lion from the throne, and up here as well. And the king, the salamander, his green boots. The detail, the things they've picked out. Tidy these up a bit. Then we go into our swords. 2. There it is again. Do they have? Yes. The crescent moon. Look how there's the wounds. There isn't 3 wounds, there's 2, which is interesting. Got the hands together, packs. There it is. It's going to really bug me until I find out. It's appearing lots. Again, this is interesting. So we've got the hooded figure here. We've got the band-aid to demonstrate actually that, you know, all's not well, leaving the troubled, turbulent waters that we see here to a much calmer new land on the horizon. Seven. The gap in between the 8 swords, I should say. Blindfold. That blindfold has appeared a few times where people have been blindfolded. Again, look at the colour matches, really good. We've got the bedspread here. The symbols of the zodiac, which matches what's on the bedspread, along with the roses. The 10. Brilliant. The Knight. Our Queen. And then here we go into our final suit, the Pentacles. I'm glad we've got green here for the ace, representing the greenery of the land, beautiful scene in the Ace of Pentacles. There it is again. I'm thinking, as I'm sitting here going through it, the reason why I've been silent for a minute, I'm wondering if, because in the Chariot, it's the main symbol there, I wonder if it's representing movement. Because when we have our static figures like the King or the Queen, it doesn't appear, but it does seem to appear a bit like how the symbol of the cliff appears as representing the journey through the deck. I'm wondering if this is appearing as a reminder, you know, of the Chariot, that reminder of movement, etc. I love this. This is done really well. So you've got the cityscape here representing the background, but look at the 4 pentacles. You've got 2 with feet on them, 1 with the hand positions exactly as they are here, and 1 on top of the crown. It's brilliant. A lot of thought has gone into this, as I said. Why is the Fool there? Did we not have the Fool? I have an extra Fool. As long as there's not another card missing, please. But I've got an extra Fool so far. All right, again, the Band-Aid, brilliant. So some symbols are used repeatedly to illustrate, and that's why I'm thinking about the cliff and the chariot symbol. We've got the snowflakes, the stained glass window, the crutch. We've got a tree. Six. Seven. 8. 9. So far so good. I'm really worried that there's going to be a card missing. 10. We've even got the snail, look. Little diddy snail is emphasised there. We've got the female symbol. We've got the bird of prey, the glove, the grapes. It's all there. The house, castle. 10. The 2 dogs. It's brilliant. Page. Again, brilliant colour. Use of colour. Knight. Oh, I've got all my cards, thank goodness. I thought there's only one left after this. Oh, look at that for the Queen. We've got to have green, haven't we, with all that sort of beautiful greenery. Got the little rabbit. See the rabbit there? Often missed. We've got pears for the fruit. We've got flowers. The crown, even with the design on the top. The skull. And the king. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm so glad I did the comparing it with an RWS deck, but this deck is brilliant. As I said at the beginning, whether whether you buy it to just learn more about symbols, or whether you you want it as part of your collection. For me, having this deck is brilliant just to focus on symbology. With not having, I mean, you do have a scene, but as it says on the box, it's disassembled, so it gets you to think about each symbol within the RWS and what it might mean. And I suppose a benefit for me by not having a book where symbols do repeat over and over again, it's getting me to think about maybe it's this, or maybe it's that. And that's a good thing, because it's challenging me, because I'm only going on my intuition as to why this symbol might keep appearing. So yeah, whether whether I get the book or not, I think I will, I've used my own sort of intuition or logic and think, well, okay, it's appeared in X, Y, and Z amount of cards, so it must indicate this or that. So great for developing symbolic literacy and, as I said, thinking more creatively when we do our readings. So yeah, I've really enjoyed doing it. I hope you've appreciated kind of an in-depth look at it as well. I've thoroughly enjoyed having my 10 days off. They've come to an end, or it comes to an end today. Back to work. But yeah, I've still got 3 or maybe 4 more decks to show from Cheryl at Oneness Emporium. And as I mentioned at the beginning, this deck has been sent by Cheryl, and even though she doesn't need to do it, it's really kind of her, she offers a 10% discount if you buy via this channel. So use the description, the link will be there to Oneness Emporium, and then you can enter the promotional code here at the bottom, Hermits10, and enjoy 10% off. All right, thanks for watching everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.